Have you ever found yourself in moments of distress, where fear seems to dominate every thought? Life is full of unexpected challenges, and often, our first reaction is despair. But imagine if you could face these situations with unshakable calm, like being in the eye of a storm, but untouched by it. Stoicism teaches us that fear is a powerful emotion, but not invisible. It's a natural reaction, but it doesn't have to be an automatic response. When we let fear dominate us, we lose clarity, reason, and, most importantly, peace. And it's that peace we want to reclaim. I want you to reflect with me. How would your life be if, instead of being swept away by the current of fear, we could face every situation with calm, with the certainty that, no matter what happens, you'll be okay? And before we go any further, I invite you to think about this carefully. There's immense strength in being able to look at chaos and remain calm, a strength we all have, but fears discover. Today, let's search how to find that strength within you, using the principles of Stoicism. Shall we? Take a moment to breathe deeply and prepare for a journey of self-discovery and inner strengthening. What comes next could change the way you see life. The first thing we need to understand is that fear, at its core, is a projection of the future. We don't fear the present, we fear what might happen. This projection is often based on assumptions, our imagination, and, of course, our lack of control over the future. But what if I told you that the future is just a construct of our mind? And that by focusing on the present, the here and now, we can eliminate much of that anxiety. The Stoics believed that we should focus on what is within our control. When we worry about what we can't control, like the future, we're wasting energy that could be used more productively. This doesn't mean ignoring the future, but rather not letting it consume us. Let's think of a practical example. Imagine you're about to give an important presentation. Naturally, fear arises. What if I mess up? What if they don't like it? Notice how fear is always tied to what hasn't happened yet. But now, I want you to bring your mind to the present. What can you control right now? Prepare well, review your notes, take a deep breath, and focus on the moment. That's the key, bringing the mind back to the present and dealing with situations objectively. Another important point is understanding that fear often arises from our interpretation of events, not the events themselves. The Stoics teach us that it's not things that disturb us, but rather our perception of them. Let's say you received criticism at work. At first, it might seem like a devastating blow, but if you look at the criticism objectively, without the filter of fear, you can use it as a tool for growth. The criticism itself is neither good nor bad, it's neutral. What makes it negative? Our interpretation. This is where Stoicism shines. It invites us to challenge these automatic interpretations, to question our own thoughts, and to reframe our perceptions. When you start applying this principle, you'll find that many of the things that once caused fear become insignificant. You learn to separate what is real from what is imaginary. So, before we wrap up, I want to challenge you. The next time fear arises, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Focus on what you can do now, and allow calm to take the place of fear. Subscribe to our Stoic channel for more inspiring content. Thank you, my friends. To the next.